Today's the start of what will be 12 weeks of pure fat loss focus for the next 3 months. We are kicking off a transformation challenge for my clients today, and I am doing it with them. And it made me think, what's the best way to create a fat loss plan, especially for busy dads, entrepreneurs, high achievers, high performers, probably people like you. How do you actually map this whole thing out? So we're gonna jump into what I do, and I'm gonna take you through most of the rest of the day to show you what the start of a fat loss plan actually looks like. And this will help you map out your journey if you're trying to get lean, trying to lose fat. So let's go. Before we get into the bread and butter, one thing I've been working on every morning is delaying my caffeine for about 90 minutes. So I just drink a lot of water, and I actually jump right into work, which I'm gonna show you in a second, but I delay caffeine about an hour and a half. Gives me the time for my body's natural circadian rhythm to get going. When you wake up, cortisol levels are high, so there's no need to bring caffeine into the picture because honestly, the cortisol is gonna wake you up in the morning. So if you're starting your day with a ton of coffee and you're jumping right into the caffeine fix in the morning, that might be one of the first things you do when you're starting to clean things up and starting to lose fat. So that being said, I'm gonna jump into emails. The first thing I do in my morning, besides get up, review my day, get dressed, drink water, read my Bible, is I actually do what I consider to be the most important part of my day, and that is reach out to people who follow me via email. So I write an email every morning. Sometimes I write multiple emails, one to clients, one to people who are not clients. And I don't check my emails, but I do write an email in the morning. I'll check my emails later. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna write an email. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do when it comes to planning out a fat loss phase is you're gonna wanna take a look at what you have coming up. What trips do you have coming up? What vacations, if any? What work things do you have coming up? Because you're gonna wanna plan with your schedule, not always try to work around everything. I know we get in our own head all the time about the perfect time to start, or if we're busy or not, or if it's too much on our plate. But in all honesty, with a little bit of planning, we can make this all work. So your first piece of advice is to actually take a look at the next 12 weeks and start to pinpoint areas where you're gonna need to be a little bit more diligent and plan ahead, whether it's for travel, making sure you have meals, making sure you know where you're gonna work out, knowing what your schedule is gonna be or how it might change. That's gonna save you a ton of headache when it comes to fat loss and working with your life and your schedule. So speaking of schedule, let's talk about your workout schedule. For me, I like to train, so working out is something I actually enjoy. My hope is that you'll learn to enjoy it too. But if working out at this point seems like a chore, what I'll tell you is that you don't need to be in the gym every day. And if you're a dad out there who feels guilty about leaving his family or spending too much time working on himself and you feel like you might be neglecting things, what I can tell you is that there are plenty of ways to get what you need done in terms of losing weight, training, working out, and still show up and be there for your kids and spouse. So let's get one thing clear. I don't think anyone out there needs to train more than 5 days a week. If you're a bodybuilder and you're training for a competition or you're a competitive athlete, that might be different, but let's just be honest, like you're probably not that because you wouldn't really care about this video too much unless you're just a fan of me and you want to watch for fun. But if you're just someone like me, a busy dad, entrepreneur who wants to get ripped for the summer and stay lean year round, I suggest 4 days a week on average in terms of actually working out. Now, this might look something like this: 4 days of the gym, maybe an upper lower split where you do 2 days of upper body, 2 days of lower body. And then if you have extra time on the weekend, you might do an arms workout for fun, or you might do like a metabolic cardio session where it's fast paced and a little bit shorter in terms of workout duration. Or you might say, hey, I want to be home more. I want to train with my kids and I don't want to be gone 4 or 5 days a week in the gym. So what you could do is maybe 2 days in the gym, 2 days at home. And heck, even if you don't go to the gym at all and you just want to train at home, that's more than doable too. For me, I'm very blessed. I have a home gym, which, by the way, let me go show you what I got. All right, So we're in my home gym, and the noise in here, the audio and the video quality are probably not great, so we won't hang out too much. But what I'll say is that it definitely pays dividends to have an area in your home where you can train. And you don't need to have this whole crazy setup that I have. This is where I'll host clients, I'll film workout videos, and obviously train myself, train my wife. And by the way, my kids come down here and they like to jump into my workouts and hang out with me while I'm training. Sometimes I'll put something on the TV, like football, or something they want to watch, because it gets them in here with me, helps me spend more time with them, and I'm still able to get my workout done. I prefer a 4-day split, so I'll train usually something like push-pull legs, and then I'll do weak body parts, or if I'm training for a specific endurance event, like a high rocks or Spartan race, then I might mix it up a little bit. But usually I have 4 set days that I train every week, and I don't let anything get in the way of those training sessions. Unless of course it's a family emergency, then life happens. But giving my split a 4-day sequence also allows some flexibility. If I miss a day, I have 3 other days that I can move that workout to. So it just gives you peace of mind knowing that you're gonna get everything done. Let's talk about cardio. So we have our training split. You're gonna train 4 days a week. But before we jump into cardio, don't forget to actually put an appointment on your calendar for your training sessions. That way nothing gets scheduled during that time. I know it's easy to just jump in and say, oh yeah, I'll train at this time, and not put it on your calendar. Put it on your calendar. I guarantee you will stick to it way more when it's an actual appointment that you make with yourself. So for cardio, initially what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna track my steps every day. I don't have a whole lot of extra time to do extra cardio sessions, so I'm gonna make it a point to just move more throughout my day. This might require setting some time aside to go for a walk, or just stand at my desk, or use my under the desk treadmill that I have. And ultimately, I'm just gonna track the number of steps I do, because it's gonna make things more simple in my mind. I don't have to worry about the intensity of the cardio right now. I don't have to worry about the cardio machine that I'm using. I'm just going to move more and walk more. That's what I recommend you do. Now, if you're someone who's like, well, I actually enjoy cardio, by all means, you can totally do cardio. Just know that what we're gonna need to be worried about is making sure that our activity level is pretty consistent day to day and week to week, so that we can actually uncover whether or not we're making progress and what might need to change. If we're not tracking our activity in a consistent way, hence why I like steps, it can be hard to make adjustments. You might think, oh, I need to do 35 minutes, or I need to do more intensity, or I need to do a different cardio machine because the one I'm doing might be too easy. That's gonna screw with your brain and make you overthink things a little bit. So I say just map out your activity goal, stick to that for now, and then if you need to adjust, you can just increase overall activity. Track steps, it's honestly the easiest way to manage your cardio. All right, so one of the first things I do in the morning besides write my email is I do either some movement like I am right now on the treadmill here underneath my desk while I design workout programs for clients, or I'll actually train. So today is just a movement day, just trying to hit my steps. I might do a workout later just to show you guys what a workout looks like, but this is key. Morning movement, or morning muscle, as we call it. Starting your day with some activity sets you up for success the rest of the day. It also eliminates that thought in your head that, oh man, I have to work out at the end of the day. I'm gonna be too tired. I have too much going on. So I block off an hour every morning. Now you could do less. You could just do 30 minutes. You could do 45 minutes if that's all you have. But my suggestion is to make sure you set that time aside every day. Build the habit of investing in your body and your health to start the day. It makes a huge difference, and you'll have peace of mind knowing that you got it done before the day gets crazy and out of control. So start your day with movement or muscle. Trust me, it will help. All right, it's time to eat. And I want to talk to you guys about meals. So I'm actually making some protein pancakes for lunch. Chocolate protein pancakes. So you're gonna like this one. Let's jump into that one. All right, let's talk about my meal strategy and what could be yours as well as you get into losing fat. So I like to follow a really simple, no nonsense meal timing and food selection strategy. It really comes down to what's gonna work best for you, but with my schedule, what I found to be the easiest and just most consistent for me is what I call the meal snack strategy. And that is where every single day I have 2 larger meals and 2 smaller meals or snacks, whatever you want to call them. And those snacks oftentimes are something as simple as a protein shake or a protein bar. And the meals themselves could be a variety of things, but what works best for me is having what I call my go-to meals. And this is where I pick out 8 to sometimes 10 meal options that I've cooked over the years that I know I can easily throw together. I know the calories, I know the protein content in the meal, and I make them and they taste great. And I can make them over and over again and really not get sick of it. And occasionally, I'll bring a new meal into the rotation. But this alleviates the need to have, number one, 6 meals a day. That whole 6 meals a day, eat every 2 hour thing, it's so old school and so silly for a lot of guys, especially like me, guys who have busy days, kids, gotta get the kids to school, gotta pick them up, gotta get them ready for bed. Like, I don't wanna be sitting there cooking every 2 hours. It just doesn't make any sense. I also don't have time to do extravagant meal prep. I like to have a few things around the house that I can easily throw together, but I definitely cannot be in the kitchen 6 times a day eating every 2 hours. The other thing is that eating less but larger meals keeps me more satisfied and more satiated. Like the protein pancakes that I put together, those taste amazing and they're really filling. So I get satisfaction from the taste of the meal as well as the total volume of the meal. That's the best of both worlds. Keeps my calories in check and tastes good. That's a winning combination to stick to your nutrition plan. So now that you have your meal timing and just overall meal strategy down, it's time to pick recipes. And for me, I'm sticking to some of the same recipes I give my clients. I have a whole meal planning guide that outlines my favorite recipes. And what I do going into the week is I just select the meals that I want, my go-to meals. I might change it week to week, I might not. Usually, since I've been doing this for so long, I don't change a whole lot, but that's the meal strategy. Let's talk about mindset as we head into the rest of the day here. So my mindset for the next 12 weeks, and honestly, whenever I'm trying to lose fat, is one to literally just take it one step at a time, day by day. I can't control what happens tomorrow. I can't control what the scale says tomorrow. I don't think too far ahead. What can I control today? And those things typically are the number of steps I take, the meals I eat, so my total calories, and whether or not I get my training session done. I don't really worry about too much other than that. My mindset has to be one step at a time. Otherwise, I start getting worried and I get anxious about what's to come. And you don't want to have a ton of anxiety when you're trying to lose fat because your stress levels go up. And that's definitely not going to help. Your body's going to hold on to weight a lot harder, a lot easier when you're stressed out. So just take it one day at a time. That's mindset tip number 1. Mindset tip number 2 that I always think about is never compare myself to other people. I know it's hard, right? Especially if I'm a busy dad, busy business owner. I have maybe more on my plate than some others, and so I may not have as much time to train as someone who has less going on in their day-to-day. And so it might seem like they're getting ahead of me, but it's not a race. You know, people say fitness is a marathon, not a sprint. Well, I'd argue that it's neither one because both a marathon and a sprint has winners and losers. There is no winner and loser here, and in fact, it's not a race of any kind. It's simply a way of living, and there's different seasons of this whole thing we call fitness. Sometimes you might just be trying to maintain your weight. Sometimes you might be going after a physical challenge like an event. And sometimes, like what I'm about to do right now, I'm trying to lose fat and get in the photo shoot shape along with some of my clients as we do this transformation challenge. But this is just part of what I do every day, and sometimes the goal changes, but I'm not trying to outperform someone else. I'm just trying to be the best version of me. And so if you're out there and you're a father or you're a busy business owner or you're just a high achiever in your field, just know that what you're doing inside of your fitness is for you and you alone. And don't ever shortchange yourself or play the comparison game because everybody has their challenges and everybody has things they're dealing with. And so focus on what you can control, stay focused on the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror if you're a woman watching this, and just enjoy this journey because it is an amazing one and it goes by quick. So I have a few more thoughts I want to share with you, and we'll wrap this up. Hey guys, if you made it to this part of the video, thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed it. Would love if you subscribe to the channel. I know these little reminders might be annoying, but it definitely helps the channel grow, and I just want to provide more valuable videos like this for you. If you want to check out our coaching program, the link is in the description below. We have a coaching program specifically for men called the High Performance Fat Loss Program for True Transformation. Pretty soon, my wife is working on a female-only program, so that will be coming down the road. But for now, I work with men 30 and older who have kids and a demanding career. If that sounds like you and you want to lose fat and change your entire life, that link will help you out. So let's wrap things up with what else is going to make fat loss easy as we move forward. I'm going to get my son from school. My other son got out early today for a doctor's appointment, but I'm gonna go get the young one and come back and finish up work for the day. So, like I said, planning for fat loss requires you to literally think about how your life is structured and start to think, all right, here's where I have time to train, here's where I have time to eat, and stop trying to work around all the things in your life that are never probably gonna change, like me picking up my kids from school or taking my kids to school or having client calls or having a busy day. I'm not gonna be able to change that. That's just how life is, and I'm very blessed to have that. So work with your schedule. You know, I don't schedule meal times, you know, around the time that I pick up my kid from school. I don't try to, you know, cram in a workout when I know my kids need me, and I do it when I have my own time, right? I've created time in my day for those things, and then I have much less stress that way. So let's go get the little dude. Okay, so it's time to train. Now, normally I don't train at night. I get it done in the morning, and if I do anything at night, it's either a run or a little bit of cardio just to burn a few extra calories and get my steps in. But today was a crazy day because it just was. I had a lot going on. And we're gonna wrap up the night with a quick training session. We're just gonna do a quick shoulders and arms workout. You gotta have the discipline to say, I told myself I was gonna train today. I'm gonna do it for at least 10 minutes. I call it the 10-minute rule, right? If you don't feel like doing what you know you need to do, you do it for 10 minutes. And then if you wanna quit after 10 minutes, cool. But more times than not, you'll wanna keep going. You'll wanna do the whole workout because you get over that hump of starting, and then things get easier. It's like a downhill slope after that. So let's jump into some shoulders and arms. Follow along as we wrap things up here tonight. All right, we are wrapping up the night with dinner. Sorry, this lighting is terrible. We are wrapping up with some Chipotle. And like I told you guys, making fat loss easy and planning ahead for fat loss comes down to working with your life. Sometimes we order out, and I always order the high protein bowl from Chipotle. It's a higher calorie meal, but I keep most of my calories saved up for later in the day. That's just how I like to operate because I'm so busy all day that I just need a little bit of food midday, mid-afternoon, and then I like to sit down and enjoy a big meal at night. And that's just how things work best for me. They might work that way for you too. You got to do what works best for you when it comes to fat loss. And Chipotle, it's pretty easy to track the macros and the calories, so it's a go-to meal for me if I'm eating out especially. So give that one a shot, and just schedule your biggest meal for when you're the most hungry. That's something that will save you so much headache. And it doesn't matter if you eat at night. It doesn't matter if you eat carbs at night. That's all total myth. It's not gonna stop you from losing fat. Eat foods you love, healthy foods that taste good. In moderation, you will be just fine. All right, we're gonna call it a night here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a comment below. What do you need more help with when it comes to losing fat? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. I think we covered all the bases. All right? Life moves fast, make it count. True transformation. JosiahNovak. Talk to you in the next one.